Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland.
Powerful and provocative, prophetic and practical,
Intellectual stew.
informative and inspirational. How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do.
Intellectual stew.
Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
Intellectual stew with James.
Hey, what's up? What do you? Hey, I know y'all are used to me having my whole little setup in the background and all that kind of stuff, but honestly, I just didn't feel like doing it. Didn't even really feel like coming on tonight, but I know Monday nights are my normal night, so I said, you know what? Let me come on. A friend of mine told me don't make drastic decisions when you're dealing with grief and things of that nature. So I'm not going to make any drastic decisions, but I am pondering some thoughts at this particular moment. But I wanted to come on for a few moments. I forgot to say my tagline. What's up? What to do? It's time for another episode of the Intellectual Stew. All right, I said it, so now we're good. How y'all doing? How was your weekend? How's your day? How things going? How was your February? Month's almost over. This year is going by so fast, but it seemed like it's been forever already. But I wanted to come on for a few moments tonight. First of all, to say thank you to all of my Facebook friends and all of everybody who has been praying for my father. About almost 12 days ago, my father was at the school where he is a substitute teacher, and something happened. He passed out, hit his head, and when he hit his head, he suffered cardiac arrest. They revived him at the school, and we thought he was fine. He was coherent, talking on the phone and everything when he got to the hospital. But within the next few hours, my father suffered cardiac arrest 3 more times. And so that was 2 Thursdays ago. And I went home and we prayed. Got there Friday and we prayed, and several people, dozens of people came by to see him. He was in a medically induced coma for several days. Like I said, I got there Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he was in that coma. And then Monday, I think it was, they started Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon, they started trying to bring him out of it. And so I stayed until Tuesday. And staying until Tuesday, I went by on my way to the airport Tuesday morning, and I stopped by and I saw him and wanted to pray with him again. And I remember saying to him, I said, Pops, I'm about to roll out, about to leave. I'm going to try to get back next week. Is that okay? I said, I'm going, okay? And he nodded his head. His eyes were still closed, but he nodded his head, which meant that he was being responsive. And one of the things they were worried about was would his brain activity still be there, seeing that he had crashed 4 times. They didn't know how many times oxygen was not getting to the brain. So that was Monday. And then as of Tuesday, and I think by Wednesday, he was talking. He was sitting in the bed talking, and he was coherent. My mom asked him, did he know who she was? He said, yeah, I know you. We've been married for 43 years. We got 2 kids. She said, how many grandkids we have? He said, I got 5 grandkids. So his mind was 100% intact and is 100% intact, because now he's sitting in the bed with his cell phone, returning messages, talking on the phone, joking with the nurses, walking down the hall. Now, he's not walking fast. He might not ever walk as fast as he used to walk, but I thank God he's walking. Might not think as fast, but as it stands right now, it seems as though he's thinking the same. So I'm elated, and I'm gonna tell you something. If you never believed in miracles before, my father has given us all a reason to believe in miracles. Because I'm gonna tell you something. As the old folks say, it could have went another way. I mean, when you talk about crashing 4 times, when you talk about the heart stopping 4 times. When you talk about them having to bring a defibrillator out and shock his heart 4 times, and he's still here to tell the story, and he's still clothed in his right mind. Now that vessel, that earthen vessel that he lives in, it might be a little fractured. He might not be able to move as fast as he used to move, and all of those things, but he's still coherent. He's still in his right mind, and for that reason, and that reason alone, I am eternally grateful, and that's why I said I believe in the power of prayer. I sent out um, I never seen this word in the Bible, but I used to always hear people talk about a clarion call. What is a clarion call? But I sent out a call. I'm just gonna say that to all prayer warriors, and I prayed. What is a clarion call though? Somebody tell me that. I gotta ask somebody that because I've heard people, preachers and bishops and whatnot say they issue a clarion call. I need to find me a dictionary to see what clarion. What is a somebody please tell me what a clarion call is. But anyway, I put out a call, and to all of my Facebook friends and to all of the people I know in the different communities, church communities, faith communities, and I asked them to pray for my father, and they prayed. They prayed, and I believe it went straight from my lips to God's ears, and then came out through God's power in the form of bringing my father back. And now, trust me, he still has a long way to go. Believe me, he's not where he was. He's not where he was. You won't see him out on the land feeding the chickens and chasing the dog and making sure riding the horse. You're probably not going to see him doing all those things right now because he has to get his body healthy and get his body, bring his body back, his heart rate, all those things it's going to take time to get back to those places, to get back to that place. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So I'm going to ask that you continue to pray for my father. I got a Facebook friend that reached out to me that's a part of Stu Nation that listens to the show. She's having cancer surgery in the morning. I'm not going to say her name because she doesn't want her name said, but I'm going to ask that you all, the same people that prayed for me and my father, to pray for her as well. Pray for her as well, that God steadies the doctor's hands and that she receives favor and that she gets a favorable report. I believe I've always believed in the power of prayer, but to see it done again, you know what? Sometimes I might not show outwardly, as far as the outward response, because certain things I kind of expect God to do. You know what I'm saying? When you have a certain amount of faith, and I know he deserves the praise once we do it, but it's not much that God does that can blow my mind, if that makes sense. There's not much that God does that blows my mind because I've seen him do it before. And I know what he has the power to do. And because I know what he has the power to do, when he does it, I'm not surprised, so and I might need to do a little bit better of showing the sign, but I'm like, God, you did your thing again. Good job, and so that's kind of where I'm at. But I just want to come on for a hot second, because like I said, I'm trying to decide how we're going to continue to do this show on Monday nights. I'm probably about to rebrand or relaunch, and yeah, just stay tuned. Going through, like I said, we're going through a few things right now. So y'all, we'll bring the show back soon. But I just wanted to pop on for a few minutes. Like I said, thank you all for praying for my dad. I'm not going to be on long. I got to get back to Arkansas here sometime this week, prayerfully. I'm not promising, but prayerfully. Got to get back there and help my mom. He'll probably be coming home, and I'll go live this week when he comes home. But Kirk got to go back in the lab for a minute and decide how we're gonna relaunch, how we're gonna launch this podcast. Because I want it to be effective, and I want something that's beneficial for me and for you all, and for the kingdom more than anything. So I don't want to ever become complacent and just like I'm just going through the motions. If it's not gonna be real, I ain't doing it. I'm not. I'm gonna do. I want it to be right. I want it to be right. And I want to help people. And I do. I appreciate your inboxes and phone calls and texts and whatnot. All those things that people say that the show is helping them. But I'm trying to cast our net a little bit farther, and it's gonna take work. It's gonna take work. And it's gonna take creativity. But if you all pray for me, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. So I'm not gonna stay on, like I said, long tonight. I'm tired. It's been a long day. But I didn't want to go through the night without at least putting something on here letting y'all know that we are alive and well. So 10 minutes, I'm taking up your time. And we might be back next week, but it won't be long. Trust me, it won't be long. It won't be long. And whatever's going to come is going to always be better than what we've done in the past. So just continue to grow with me. But more than anything, keep praying for my father. Pray for the young lady, the unspoken prayer request. What it is a spoken prayer request, but the young lady that the anonymous lady, should I say, a young lady that is dealing with cancer that we're praying for tomorrow. She said, I don't want to say her name because everybody don't believe in prayer. I said, well, I agree, but I think enough people can pray and we'll be good. So I'm out of here. I might go live tomorrow. I don't know. I got some stuff on my mind. Like I said, I'm trying to work through, and we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. All right. So y'all have a good night. I'm out. I got to make a few phone calls.